Hey everybody, it's Gypsy. I just got done doing my PT exercises and I now have heat on my knee that I'm going to ice it. So I figured while I'm doing that, resting my knee, I thought I would do this video. I've been thinking about this, I don't know, for a couple weeks now, I think. So I thought I'd talk about it. I heard rumors that they, at the top there, the ones that think they've got it all together, um, are talking about instituting a global spirituality, like a religion or a spiritual path, whatever. I've been thinking a lot about this, okay? Is this possible? Well, here's my feeling on it. They'll try to institute it, I'm sure. With the state of the world these days, it wouldn't surprise me if they gave it a try. Now, there will be people who will try to play the game. They will, go through the motions and stuff like that. Some will buy it hook, line, and sinker. Some will just be going through the motions. But the question is this really possible? I don't think so. Now, I always tell you guys, okay, we are part and parcel of Source. We come from Source. We are a piece of Source God, okay? We are literally a piece of Source God. That's where the unity part comes in, is that realization, knowing that. However, we are all unique individuals, okay? And we are all on different spiritual paths based on what we need at the moment to get to the next level, to get to, along our path, to grow spiritually. So we're all at different places. This is not a contest. We're just at different places, depending on when we decided to start, depending, well, on the choices we made to progress, whether we want to take our time or we want to do it more quickly. And this is decisions made at our higher aspect, the spiritual aspect of ourselves, um, the higher self. So it's made there. So because of this, we're all on different spiritual paths. We have different, I want to say spiritual personalities, different spiritual needs. Okay, so this one world spirituality thing, no, it's never going to work because even if you try to play their game, inside your true self, where your true self is, your spirit, knows it's bullshit. And inside, you're going to be having your own thoughts and feelings and processing things your own way. Okay, regardless of what they tell you to do or say. Inside, you have spiritual freedom inside all the time. So I don't see this working. Um, and based on where you are in your spiritual journey, those maybe at the beginning more, and this is not a judgment at all, because we were all at that point at one time. We all started somewhere. Okay, so this would include me at one point, whoever, anybody, even your greatest spiritual master. This includes, um, at one point, was not far enough along to not buy into the propaganda. So people who are earlier in their spiritual growth are most likely to accept it. I'm going to say, in the big picture, universally, and I mean not the planet, but universally on a spiritual level, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay, because you'll get there eventually, whether in this lifetime or another. So that's what I see happening is people who are not, uh, who are, maybe more towards the beginning, middle, might fall for it. I hate saying fall for it. I'm going to say accept it and, go with you know, the rituals and stuff of this global spirituality. But even those people who are accepting it are still unique individuals and are going to perceive it and think about it differently as much as they try to control that. Even in organized religion, they have tried to control that. Yeah, we think so individually, and we think more about what we need personally for our spiritual growth, and that is as it should be. That we do have different thoughts, and this is how other religions and spiritual paths are formed. Other people think differently than what they were in. Okay, so you have people like that. Then you have people who are just kind of, okay, yeah, it's there, so what? They're going to ignore it. Then you're going to have people like me who are going to, well, do this or this, you know. Um, it might get me cut off of YouTube. Maybe I'll cut that part off and just do this, okay? I would do the other one, except I need both arms for that, and I'm holding the phone. Um, yeah, it's like, I was in an organized religion when I needed to be. And that's okay. That's not a judgment on anybody. It serves a lot of people. And it served me at one time. But then, when the time was right for me, I left. Okay. Um, we're all on different points in our spiritual growth. So, can global spirituality really work? No. Now, we have to ask ourselves, well, what's the point of global spirituality? What would be the point of that? I mean, if we're all on different points in our spiritual growth, and there really is no one right or wrong way to do it, what would be the point? Mind control, brainwashing, indoctrination, whatever words you want to use, that's all that's about. Don't fall for it, okay? Um, Wherever you are on your spiritual path, whether, you're in one of the major um, religions, mainstream religions, whether some kind of offshoot or just into spiritualism, which is more vague, and um, whether, well, you're an atheist. I forgot what I was saying. I did it again. You know, don't try not to buy into that propaganda. It's not possible. We may give off the illusion of having a one world spirituality, but it's just not possible. So don't buy it. Even if you don't believe in this shit, and well, you who don't believe are, well, probably the most likely not to buy into it, which to me is actually a good thing. But yeah, and even if you do um, accept the propaganda of a one world spirituality, no, there's no judgment in that. It just, something you chose to do along your spiritual path, which, believe it or not, will contribute to your spiritual growth. You often hear in spiritualism, there really is no good and there really is no bad. Hard for us to understand while incarnated. But if you look at it this way, even things we see as bad, which in my opinion, they are. I've been through enough shit in my life that, yeah, I'm sorry, it's bad. Okay, you can't convince me otherwise. But those bad things have contributed to my spiritual growth. Um, so even those who might, you know, go along with, my dog is shaking the bed because he got up here and scratching his ear, um, might go along with it. Well, later on, when all is said and done, and we realize the truth again, because we always do get around to realizing the truth at some point, don't judge yourself or others for it. Because, it's, well, that's not spiritually advanced to do that. But even if you perceived as going along with that as a bad thing, no, because it taught you a lesson to help you grow spiritually. So it's never really a bad thing in that respect. It's bad while you're going through it. Like when I lost my son, to me, that was a very bad thing. And I still feel that way, but it helped me grow spiritually. So that's, I believe, what we mean when there is no good and bad. So if they do, then I wouldn't put it past them to try to institute a one world spirituality, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, don't worry about it. You know, do what you think is best for yourself. In here, you're always going to be doing your own thing, regardless of what's going on outside the world. And don't judge yourself for it, because either way, it can be used for your spiritual advancement. So, yeah, global spirituality. It's a stupid thing, it's a stupid idea. But again, it's one of those comedic aspects of this planet that I find amusing. I just sit here and laugh. I think my dog is telling me he'd like some food. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's really not possible on the truest level. It's not possible. It'll only be possible surface wise, which it's in here that counts. So it's all bullshit. So I'm gonna go give my dog some breakfast. I'm gonna leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful one.